Well, hi everyone. This is our Hawaiian Volcano summary for January 9th, 2025. Kīlauea erupted at its summit over 12 days between December 23rd and January 3rd, with lava contained within a caldera, as shown on this map here. The initial phase of 3 phases flooded the whole crater floor all the way to the east, covering the September 2023 flows shown here in purple. But the later phases, second and third episodes of this eruption, were more contained to the southwest part of the crater floor, where the eruptive vents were located. So magma continues to feed into the volcano underground, as evidenced by the ground tilt. So let's bring that up for you guys here. Well, first let's show you guys, yeah, here it is. This is the tilt plot for much of the last month. So here we are at the right end of it with the volcano inflating at the summit, showing magmas coming to the volcano. But as you can see, the rate of inflation is lower than at some other times and some of the other pauses. So it remains to be seen whether eruption will resume or not. See, here are the 3 phases plotted on the tilt graph, with the first episode lasting 14 hours, second episode lasting 15 hours, and the third episode lasting 8.5 days. As you can see, the 2 pauses we had were fairly short, less than 24 hours each, whereas we are now ongoing in the 6th day of pause since the last activity on the volcano. So that's how it looks like from the monitoring. The earthquakes have been low ever since the eruption began on the 23rd, with some slight variations that we'll examine in a bit. You can see the distribution of earthquakes over the last week, as shown on this map, are very scattered. You see a concentration underneath the summit of Kīlauea here. And you also see this south flank population as well, which usually indicates adjustment of the volcano's south flank to magma building in the summit and the rift zones, Upper East Rift and the Southwest Rift. The most recent large earthquake on this map was this one, it happened this morning, a south flank event showing adjustment of the volcano. So you have to wonder, as the volcano is in pause, how it's adjusting to the magma coming in underground and what that will lead to next. One thing that's useful to look at beyond the summit tilt, shown here in blue, is the Pu'o'o tilt on the Middle East Rift Zone, which just since that pause began has started to show a slight turnaround, a very, very slight inflation. So without knowing exactly what the cause of that is, we can see that the volcano is adjusting over a larger area than it was previously. But this is very small and very localized and still very brief so far. Here is the last year of distance across Kīlauea summit, where we saw the distance increasing from north to south. So the actual measurement getting larger. And it gets larger and larger and larger until it actually stretches out to break during eruption. And we see some adjustments of the phases in here. And as the volcano essentially exhales its lava in its most recent phase, you see the contraction of the summit caldera. And since then, a resumption of spreading. If we look on a rift zone, we don't see this effect yet. We in fact see contraction in the rift zone. So it seems like it's an overall adjustment of the volcano, and still our focus should be on the summit. That's the summary for Kīlauea. Mauna Loa is still quite quiet following its established post-eruption pattern, with these are the earthquakes over the last month, pretty scattered around the summit region with no concentrations there. Overall, the volcano continues to slowly rise as it fills within. And that's our Hawaiian volcano summary for this week.